Okay, let's just, kill that real quick. Bing, bang, boom. Hello! Let's change the scene. Incorrect scene. Hello! Wait, hang on. There we go. Hello! I'm back. A little later than I thought I would be, but, hey. I actually did come back the next day. I'm also surprised. Last time, I went through the first 15, I think, levels of Rogue. Actually, no, that'll continue the quest, won't give me the quest. I believe it's 15. Yeah. So, very nearly all of it. Today, I would very much like to finish Rogue and get through Ninja, although don't have the highest hopes for managing that. We'll see how my stamina holds. I am a little bit sleepy, even now, but, the Rogue quests, so far at the very least, have consisted of joining the shadowy underbelly of Limsa Lominza and the guild that helps contain the pirates to a certain code of ethics. We caught some slavers. That was pretty good. They're all dead now. We stole a magic thing back from some goblins. That was nice. It's about all that's happened. At current, we are following up on a challenge issued to the guild by the Yellow Jackets for the continuation of the guild, more or less, because I forget her name, is very displeased with the continued existence of the Rogues Guild. But I think that's enough preamble. I pride myself on my memory for Four Faces, but yours is unknown to me. Are you an earnest customer or an inquisitive annoyance? I must be sure of your intentions. And my daggers. Oh well. The dance is old, but the name is new. Put away your daggers, rogue. I've peddled my wares to your kind since the upright thieves stalked the night. Speak. What would you have of this humble merchant? Still tormenting the cults, Granddad? We've come for information on a smuggling job. There was this peddler was caught at the Lothagron checkpoint moving merchandise for the gritting curs. Pleaded innocence even when he had the screws put to him. He wouldn't know aught about that deal, would he? Every last sordid detail, and not a single grain of stolen sand passes through the shadows without my knowledge. But such prickly wisdom lodges tightly in one's throat. What have you brought to ease the pain of its passage? Spare me the theatrics, Granddad. Here's your usual purse. The sum is paid, the deal is made. May my answers sate your fickle hunger. Your hapless peddler was indeed innocent. He was but a beast of burden employed by associates of the grinning curs, and likely knew naught of his freight's tainted nature. A pawn, if you will, a convenient decoy. There are those amongst my acquaintances who specialize in providing such services. That's what I thought. The curs wanted that call to get caught. And now the jackets have had a taste. They'll waste their time yaffling every shite pie what comes through their checkpoints. Meanwhile, the real treasures are hidden away in the dark mans, along with the grinning curs. Not the dark mans, Master Rogue, the mist. Aside from the traveling merchant, the Kerr's associates have spent coin on another piece for this little game. A navigator. One who is practiced in piloting a vessel through the Doxies Pole. The Doxies. The gods only know how many ships have sailed into that fog soup and never come out again. That's where ye say that the Kerrs have gone to ground. Now there's a trick what took some bollocks. Once there, a hunted tub was sitting dimber in the mist, though it would have been easy to have these associates of theirs ferry the junk goods to Lanasia. Then the candy coves just needed to wait for the peddler to get boned and draw the glazes of the yellow jackets inland. We need to strike now. As soon as they learn the coast is clear, they'll flee for open waters. A fair appraisal of events. Now that you know the location of your marks, however, it will not be so difficult to track them down. The Doxies Pole was once an impenetrable shroud, but ever since the calamity, the mists are far less consistent. Narrow your search to the heaviest banks, and you will soon uncover those who wish to remain unseen. But now, a warning. The mists conceal other dangers besides the dogs you seek. A careless step may land you upon the chopping block. A chopping block? You can't mean... Seems I found myself another lead to look into. You hurry on back to Jack and tell him what we've learned so far. Well, what? Sorry about that. I hope we might do business again, young Ro. Pray be mindful not to lose your head in the course of your duty. Very nearly have Paladin up to max level. Very excited to have, I'm quite close to having everything maxed. I'm very excited to, do that. Snow White? Because, Imperial Guard? Oblivion? Because as soon as I have everything maxed, it'll just be a major goal out of the way. It'll also feel better at that point to actually tackle all the job quests, what I haven't gotten to yet. Like, for like Paladin, it doesn't matter. Because, you know, it's already done. But, I don't want to do any job quests on stream when I don't have the job maxed out. It's a weird, thing. Doesn't feel right. Not that it actually matters, because the highest level job quest is going to have instance duties maxed out in, like, Shadowbringers. And even those, I don't think any of them have you fight something. So, You've never heard, the grinning curs. They're a pack rabid buccaneers what used to belong to the Salt Hounds. Back in the day, the Salt Hounds had the crew to fill more than a few ships, There was no other pirate gang what could match them when it came to sheer numbers. But when the Admiral came to power and passed her famous law, most of the Hounds chose a life on land, and those what spat on the law became the curs. Simple as that. You got anything new? I think I read that. About time, lad. He was gone so long, I almost sent the stray after ye. What happened to Underfoot? So, our marks and their bitten baubles are snug inside the Doxies Pole, I'll not discount the old man's warning, but we may not have a better chance to crash the curs and grab all them treasures. We board their ship right now. You, me, and Vakebe. I suppose we'll be needing ourselves a tub for the voyage. I'll have wids with Swearsint and see what the dry docks can spare us by way of a ship and a reliable crew. crew. Get your kit together and meet us there. The Doxy's pull ain't no place to rush into, but we've little choice. We'll set sail from the dry docks as soon as we're all ready to go. I do, on rare occasion, rewatch parts of my VOD. I've found, much to my own surprise, that hearing my own voice does not bother me nearly as much as it used to. Which has been, kind of nice in a way. But, I will never, ever, 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 for any reason, rewatch any part of any of these VODs. That accent fucking kills me. I'm so glad that the writers did it. It makes the world feel so alive. But it kills me. Alright, Arundel, I have pulled in to read. It kills me to read. Alright, Arundel, I've pulled in some favors, and there's a crew what'll get us close enough to scamper aboard the Cur's vessel. I'll be cramped up on that deck if we... I'll be cramped up on that deck if we try to mill it'll be... If we try to mill the whole lot at once, we'll soon find ourselves up against the rails. So, we go in quick and quiet and try to knock them off a few at a time. Well, Colt, are you eager to test your sea legs? Test them? This all takes place after I fought Leviathan. I've been on a boat a few times. Right, no one's seen us so far. Let's get to work. I'll sink me stabbers and the captain. Those two back there are yours. I'm following the stray. Hello? Did I kill this one? Cool. I'm killing this one. Perish. Oh, you can't change gear. I can. Well, sorry, I simply feel too powerful right now. I need to actively nerf myself, if only slightly. Two more levels and I could do my full 3-part combo. It would be nice. Is it going to be a coral? It is a coral. I did also notice that I had hide on the wrong button. It is now not on the wrong button. It was doing so little damage to me. Oh no, he's got charge fixed me. That's not good. What do you mean he's healing? Bullshit. Hang on, I'm just gonna put there and there. Or is that usually? I don't care. It literally doesn't matter. It is. I just must manually press the wrong button. Woohoo! I only have like 2 more of these left before I'm on Ninja. And at that point, my hotbars don't matter. Jack, I found me one of them treasures. Unless there's another fist-sized blue diamond on board, it's got to be the cerulean star. As for them other 2 baubles, I've tossed the cabins and been through the hold ilm by ilm, but there's naught else here. Well, we'll just have to ask all sweet like, won't we? Spit it out, cur. Where are ye keeping the rest of your treasures? Ha. Ye think I'd spill me guts for the likes of you, rogue? Maybe ye wouldn't at that. But what about this partner you're working with? Howdy, we don't need no partner. So you're telling me this was all your own idea? Ye woke up one day and decided ye'd attack a maelstrom transport right off the coast of Alport, then disappear into the love and embrace of the Doxy's Pull. Not exactly your style, is it? The grinning curs are too bleeding famous for being the crew what turned their snouts up at privateering in favor of keeping to the old ways. You've only escaped the Yellow Jacket's grip this long by crawling on your bellies and snatching scraps what fell from the table. You ain't the type to sink your teeth into a Navy-owned vessel, no matter the prize. Aye, well, maybe there ain't no profit in being cautious no more. The age of pirates is swift coming to an end. Merle Webb won't be stopped. Not by a piddling little crew like mine. That's why we've thrown our lot in with the executioners. That blue rock was just our share of the loot. The scraps from the table, like ye said. If you want them other trinkets, then you'll have to take it up with our new mates. One job at a time, lad. First, we need to get these stinking coves and their tub back to the docks. Now, I don't know much about sailing, but I think that 3 people would have an awful hard time piloting a ship that size. Piss on you for taking our ship. Should have set it on fire while I still had the chance. The jobs just got proper thorny, but at least we've grappled one of them damn treasures. Putting aside the issue of who gave the orders, there's no doubt that these was the Covs as raided that Maelstrom ship. Now for a punishment what fits the crime. I was informed that a certain well-known pirate ship was spotted weighing anchor at the Morby dry docks. I assume that this was your work? Aye, and ye missed all the excitement, Captain. But never ye mind, the Cerulean Star is back and Bob in our sneaky little fambles. Harumph. And these must be the grinning curs. Degenerate fiends, how dare you ply your filthy trade in lumens and waters? How many innocent sailors were massacred that you might sate your vile avarice? Every one of your kind ought to be lined up and shot. A musket ball is the only answer for this rampant display of lawlessness. Wait. Do you mean to just execute them here on the bloody docks? And at least take the buggers into custody first? Hand over to ye for lawful punishment will satisfy the demands of the code just as well. We've already got the answers to our questions, so feel free to take them away. Do not presume to give me orders, rogue. You only managed to capture these villains and their ill-gotten treasure by employing unsavory and unconscionable means. Why, you're not more than pirates yourselves. These bastards ain't worth a true pirate's spit. The Upright Thieves was formed to protect us from ourselves, and now they're just hunting dogs for the Admiral. Merlewib yanks the leash and another buccaneer disappears. You rogues are traitors to your own kind. if it hadn't been for you. Aye, go on then. Blame me and me cubs for your own failures. Ye know what he was about when ye defied the code. Ye knew that we'd be after ye. We're done here. There's still two treasures left, Rogue, and I mean to claim them both. I'd reconsider this contest of yours, Captain. Turns out this fish we're trying to hook is a shark, and it might just swallow ye whole. Milala, what shark is he speaking of? How could any pirate challenge the might of the Yellow Jackets? No, he seeks but to unnerve me. I'll wring the truth from these grinning curs, and we'll see who triumphs over whom. Ye think this is over? The pirates will have their day again. Whatever you say, bro. Well, go off, King. I'm lost. There we go. I'm lost. There we go. Whoa, none of that shit. Get the fuck out of here. Any work on that ship, Arentel? First blood is ours. How do you take to fight in the sea? There are few as can drop an opponent as quick as a rogue, but mind ye don't exhaust yourself just flailing your blades at the tougher coves, and that goes double for when ye've mates on your flanks. If ye notice yourself starting to flag, there's not wrong with pulling back from time to time and staggering your attacks with each other to keep the pressure on. I said it before, Colt, but I'll need ye sharp enough to carve steel for what's to come. I'm afraid this will be more of a challenge than even what that little shrew was bargaining for. That's assuming the curs wasn't lying about the executioners, and the executioners are who I bloody think they are. Twixt you and me, though, I'm hoping the name is just some laughable coincidence. I am going to take this opportunity to literally roll 3 feet to my left and grab some water. I will be right back. I have returned with water. Ho there, Arentel. We've a rough job ahead of us, and that's a fact. Matters are tangled enough, what with Milala's mort snapping at our heels, but we still managed to grab that first trinket without too much fuss. Biting back the other two treasures, though, that'll be a different story. Once the stray gets here, I'll explain what, or more to the point, who we're up against. Alright, we've 2 baubles left on the list. The Silver Sorrows and the Black Sarcophagus. Let's see where we're at. Oi, where's Peribu got? Underfoot? He's still looking to whittle the tail behind that bleeding sarcophagus. We will not be cloying that stickler until we've at least an inkling as to what the bloody thing looks like. Treasures aside, I've been doing some digging, me own, into these executioner allies of the grinning curs, and I am afraid the name weren't no coincidence. Arentel, ye've heard o' the bloody executioners, I hope. It seems them curs was feeding from the fambul o one o' the nation's greatest pirate powers. This ain't no ordinary crew of cutthroats, lad. Within the limbs of Lominza, the bloody executioners wield a power and influence second only to the Admiral herself. They was none too fond of Merlwib or her prohibition on piracy, and it was only the overwhelming threat posed by the Garlean Empire would eventually convince them to play nice with the phylacracy. But pirates ain't one to play nice for long. Now that Hilfier ain't around to helm the ship, the solidarity of the bloody executioners has begun to show cracks. All the strongest captains and lieutenants have begun to form their own factions and are scrabbling to claim the top chair for themselves. Of course, not one bloody cove can agree with another on which way the executioners ought to sail. Among those new factions, though, is a group what is pushing to break free of the Admiral's grip completely. Turns out these reformists, as they call themselves, was the ones as took the Grinning Curs under their wing. Which means they've got possession of the last two treasures we've yet to cloy. Rumors round town say that even for executioners, these coves are bloody and ruthless and not to be crossed. We should sit this one out, Jack. Piss on me Lala's contest. It ain't worth this kind of grief. We'd be inviting the wrath of a crew so large and dangerous that even the Admiral ain't keen on coming to blows with them, if they ever come after us. Large or small, it don't matter. They broke the code when they hit that Maelstrom tub. The Grinning Curs are paying for that crime, but we'd be poor sodden excuses for rogues if we let the real culprits carry on unpunished. I mean, to see this job to the end, and that means biting back them treasures and ending out proper justice to them as deserve it. But Jack, listen, with all the infighting going on at present, us stabbing a short blade into one faction's toe ain't like to bring the whole executioner crew down on our heads. Besides, them reformist buggers are so far split from the main mob that they've been avoiding the city altogether. Now, it's about time we got to work. Arentel, you're to track down our black market contract. I'll set him to looking into the Curs' new allies. I set him to looking into the Curs' new allies a while back, so he should have some answers for us by now. The veil was lifted by a southerly this morn. That'll put the old man at his haunt in lower Lanasia. Here, take this sacco blunt and pay a visit to the House of Sticks. That's Kobold territory, if ye don't know. The old man bribes him with ore and hires the biggest and meanest sods as bodyguards. Just be ready for your approach to be challenged. I just noticed. It's a flat texture, isn't it? No, it can't be, because that peak is moving. Right? Is it? Maybe it is just a really large very simple 3D model. Oh shit, that was normal for Wolf. Go away. Oh, a handy blade for each hand. Welcome to the House of Sticks, young rogue. You must excuse my hireling's enthusiasm for greeting visitors. Now, have you any cumbersome baggage of which I might relieve you before we begin our conversation in earnest? A heavy burden for one of your tender years to bear, but its weight has balanced the scales. The sum is paid, and the deal is made. Let us speak of these reformists. This faction that so wronged the code now seeks to peddle one of its stolen treasures, the earrings, better known as the Silver Sorrows. The deal, it is said, is set to take place at Costa del Sol, the buyer, a moneyed merchant from the golden sands of Ul'dah. The earrings will be out in the open, vulnerable, nor target the moment of transaction, were I so inclined, as the gentleman up there by the cabin appears to be, for he purchased this self-same information. Though he attempts to disguise his identity, the stench of a soldier yet lingers. I know not where one such as he came to learn of my existence, but I suspect he works for a certain yellow-coated captain. Brave she is, but foolish. Stumble blindly into the underworld, and your groping hands will not save you from the holes at your feet. Sudden shall be her fall. The reformists will soon divest themselves of the Silver Sorrows, and would not dally if you wish to stay ahead of your rivals. Forward and back, and then forward and back, then forward and back. I did actually get around to grabbing the screenshots for the VODs. And I cannot believe that, like, you can't stand on top of nearly any of the pillar mountains in Yangsha. I was so annoyed. I had such a clear image in my head of the screen cap I wanted for the ninja VOD. And it didn't work. Very annoying. I know full sod and well what it means to be a rogue, but as deadly as our guild is, we'd not survive a war with the bloody executioners. Welcome back, Arntel. What information did the old man have on them reformists? Looking to unload them earrings, are they? And to an old dog, no less. Can say as I'm surprised to hear the buyers from out of town. He wouldn't find many Lominzans willing to melt coin on aught them covers are selling. Or coves are selling. Only the daftest of sods would go about funding them as means to pull down the admiral. One of Milala's lackeys arrived at the house of Forgy. How did they know to... Bah, them curs we captured must have cackled during the shrew's interrogations. We'll have to assume the Yellow Jackets know what we know, and that means we'd best get our arses to Costa del Sol right bleeding now. I'll handle this one, Jack. You and Arntel can wait here for Perimu. No, I wanted to do it. Come back. Oi, Vikebe. What in the hell is she playing at? After her, lad. She knows that this ain't a solo job. Go after the stray and lend her a fambly, will ye? Ye can board the ferry for Costa del Sol from the docks at Fisherman's Bottom. All right then, Colt. I hear Jack learned ye how to mug a cove. Ah, that skill were more valued in the days when they called us upright thieves. Pirates were proper stubborn back then, see, and you had to know how to prize bitten goods from their cold, bloody daddles. Thanks, appreciate it. Very interesting. I told ye to enter the guild. I don't need. Well, it might be as I could use an extra cove in the shadows after all. Jack has his mind set on punishing the executioners, but me, I just wanted to skulk and cloy them silver bits and skulk out. I reckon that if I could manage that with no one the wiser, then they wouldn't know who came after. Or who to come after. Finish the job without drawing me daggers, you know. It ain't exactly true to the code, but the shield of underworld honor won't stop them bloody killers from cutting me mates' throats and setting these sisters a glimmer. The guild's the only place would offer to take in a pirate stray like me, and I'll not see it burn to the ground. The deal's about to start. Say the wid when you're Benny to lend a hand in. Alright, here's what we know. The rich merchant, what's come over from Old Oz, some mate O Master Gege Ruju. The cull as owns Costa del Sol. Gege Ruju's taken his guards and dancing dells and pranced off down the beach someplace, given over the use of the entire resort to this friend. Seems she didn't want an audience for her bargaining with the reformists, which, as it happens, works out well for us. We'll wait until they're busy haggling over price, then snatch the sorrows and hop the twig before they realize aught's amiss. Does this sound like a plan? What could possibly go wrong? We're starting off strong, punching the mic. Usually takes me longer to start doing that. There, the players have arrived. The reformists' coin counter and the Uldan buyer are setting up the southeast platform. The earrings ought to be nearby. Hang about. Who are all these other culls? The place was meant to be empty. I see some nasty-looking blokes in Uldan garb, and are those mammoths? The merchants brought along a whole bloody entourage. I've gone and got ahead of myself. I should have realized the job did never be that easy. We'll have to mill a few of them bodyguards first, I reckon. You don't want to fight through a forest of blades should ye get caught sneaking about up on them narrow walkways. Jack, I thought I'd stow your excuses, love. I know full well what ye were about. Ye start going soft on us, though, and it'll be like losing one o me arms. I can't take on the bloody executioners all by myself. It's only cause I've got rogues like you and Underfoot and our intel here that the guild can take the jobs it does. When our covs walk the shadows, it's the bleeding pirates what do the trembling. Remember that Vikebe. We aren't some two guild robbers what piss their breeches when their daddles are caught in the honeypot. We're the knives in the dark man's, and no bastard wants to go blade to blade with the likes of us. I see you've not changed your mind then. You'll need all the stabbers ye can get, and I promise mine'll be there when ye need them. Benny, now, let's carve a path to that platform and bite back the earrings. Okay, you hide yourself down by the docks in case the marks escape during the fighting. Arntel, you and Meal split up and mill the guards as we go. It's them puppets as concern me most. I suggest ye crush them little buggers before they can spring any rum fun. Keep in as close as ye dare, then give him a good solid clout from behind. It ain't the most original strategy, but that don't make it any less lethal. Once you've done with the first group, slip back into the shadows and move on to the next. Not to it, eh? I'll head over to the back while you start in from the front. Let's wrap this up before them jackets blunder in and scare off our marks. Wait. No, you don't. Get out of here with that. I got my third attack! Let's fucking go! I can do the full combo. Even though I can't hit any of the positionals, he says as he hits a positional. Am I gonna get two? Let's go. I could put True North on my hotbar. Unfortunately, that would require me reopening my abilities panel. I'm not sure what Bravery does, and I don't want to find out. It's probably just a damage buff, but still. Fucking rude. Only I'm allowed to heal, and I barely even do that. You didn't let me finish my combo, you bastard. Jack, why are you both stealthed and walking? Why would you do that? Now, Jack, I have a full minute before I can do my mug. So we're just gonna sit here. Are they talking? Maybe I can listen in? No? Damn. Now, I only have half an hour. Nearly. So, you know, bit risky. Very worth it. You'll never know. Yeah, bored. Rogues? No one mentioned aught about rogues. What in the hells do you think you're doing? I am conducting a business transaction on behalf of the bloody executioners. Do you understand what that means? Do you know what they'll do to you? I'm all frightened. Odd then that you're the one who's shaken. It don't much matter to me who ye work for. Your bosses broke the code, and we're here to collect. Those would be the silver sorrows then. I'm sure ye paid a caravan a coin for them shiny baubles, but I doubt they're worth your life, so let's have them then. Oh, wait, damn you. You should know that this personage is an extremely influential member of the East Aldenar Trading Company. Surely you've heard of it. If the threat of reprisal will not stay your hand, then consider the political ramifications of interfering with a foreign dignitary. The Admiral would not desire you to damage Limsa's relations with Ul'dah. Yes, exactly. I am very highly placed in Ul'Dahn's society. I have powerful friends who would not be pleased were you to mistreat me in any fashion. And you must understand, the Silver Sorrows are a historical treasure. A gift once bestowed upon Sultana Nanasha Ul'Nasha by her champion. The earrings were later stolen from the royal vault, and we'd lost hope of ever recovering them. That I might so easily purchase them, thus, is a miracle. The return of these trinkets will be, that is to say, the sorrows must be returned to Ul'Dah. Can you not look the other way for the sake of my nation's pride? Ye must think me some dull-witted thug. If this deal was being made on behalf of your country, then why are ye sneaking around and consorting with pirates? An excellent point. One might doubt your quality of character were you to continue with these feeble fabrications. You need only entrust those earrings to me, should you truly wish to see them return to Ul'Dah. That is, after all, 'twas to fulfill that very purpose that the philocracy bid on the sorrows in the first place. Bit late there, aren't you, Captain? I think you'll agree that this round belongs to us. On the contrary, my dear scoundrel, I made the winning move the moment I knew we were dealing with a merchant of Ul'Dah. I come bearing an official order of seizure authorized by the Admiral herself. You will not be harmed. I must insist that you cooperate with this reclamation of unlawfully obtained goods. Though Costa del Sol is private property, it nonetheless lies within state-governed territory. Come along quietly, and we need not inconvenience Master Gegeruju any further. These suspects will be taken into Yellow Jacket custody, and do not concern yourself with the Silver Sorrows. They'll be quite safe with me. I heard the news from Jack. I don't think that was the Admiral choosing to side with Milala, though. Probably just eager to reclaim the Silver Sorrows. Anyway, that bit about them earrings being cloyed from the royal vaults turns out to be true. Seems some famous burglar... The fuck? Seems some famous burglar went after him once. He heard about the godlike agility that they was said to bestow upon the wearer. Bah, the hells take that canary-colored harpy. We might as well have handed the things to her on a velvet cushion. I'll go find Underfoot and help him with his digging. There's still that last treasure out there, and ye can be sure the reformists won't be giving it up without a fight. Aye, you do that. Benny luck to ye, love. Goodness. Ah, there you are. You left before events had truly been decided, and I thought you deserved to know the score. The Uldan merchants the Uldan merchant has acquiesced to our request and surrendered the Silver Sorrows into our keeping. We've also apprehended the reformist accountant and will be holding him for further questioning. Oh, Bonin and associate, the bloody executioners. You yellow jackets, don't flinch from your duty. I'll give ye that. And what's this? I hear about you buying information, Captain. I thought ye'd sooner die than associate with elements of the underworld. I will do what I must to stay ahead in this challenge, and that marketer's knowledge was vital to the case. 'Tis true I might find his practices distasteful, but he is no pirate. It is the fading era of piracy which I mean to consign to the history books, and that chapter will never fully be closed until every pirate-spawned relic, including you and your guild, becomes a thing of the past. Valiant and forthright, these are the words by which the Yellow Jackets live. It is the manner in which we protect the limbs of Lominza. I swore an oath on the graves of my sisters. No more shall the innocent suffer at the hands of these savage buccaneers, these unrepentant killers. And a grand oath it is. I've got me fambles full, just keeping the code intact. But the code is a kind of oath too, when you get down to it. And since I've sworn to uphold it, I've no intention of stepping aside and letting ye trample all over me and me cubs. In fact, ye'd be better off giving in now before matters get serious. Just say you're sorry, admit defeat, and we'll leave it at that, eh? Your audacity knows no bounds. I am done wasting words. I shall reclaim that last treasure, then I will look on victorious, as your guild is dismantled brick by brick. That's the spirit, Captain. Just don't forget to keep an eye on them earrings. The city's crawling with rogues, you know. Ye could keep the Sorrows in a bloody lockbox in the Coral Tower, but they'll look away for a moment, and one of me coves will bite them beauties right back. Come on, Arentel. It's back to the sisters for us. What am I doing? That's a nifty coat. Probably off the cash shop, but you know. Maybe it's some like crafted gear or something. Of all the things I hope for in 8.0, a return to like a focus on high fantasy gear is like really far up there. Like, I'm getting real tired of all this like modern wear stuff. Like it's a fantasy game. I want my cool fantasy kit. Ah, 2 expansions in a row, you know? Now, like, let's be fair. Let's be fair. You know, we had a pretty long run of purely high fantasy stuff, but, like, you know. If I see one more fucking varsity jacket or graphic tee, I'm gonna lose my mind. They can release that shit, but I can't equip or glamour heavy armor onto my caster because that'd be too fucking fantasy breaking. Well, after all that hard work, the shrew made off with the spoils. And as far as her damned contest goes, I suppose that makes us even. It'll be the last treasure, this black sarcophagus, that decides the victor. Whatever the reformists are doing to keep it bob, ye can't bet your grandmom's teeth. There'll be some blade work needed before this job is done. Get yourself ready for a proper scrap, Arntel. Here it is, the last quest. Or second to last, actually, maybe. I was wondering when he'd show up Arntel, but bugger me if ye don't look ready to mill an entire crew of sods by yourself. And Benny that ye are, cause we finally uncovered some hard facts about that last treasure. Won't be long now afore we cloy the win in peace and put this daft challenge to bed. All right, I've gathered the other covs for a meeting, so let's get down to it. At long bloody last, that the black sarcophagus has given up its secrets. Underfoot, you've some news for us? Aye, Jack. I think half our troubles in whittling the truth of it lay in calling this nasty thing a treasure. The black sarcophagus ain't no dimber bauble. It's the Mark 51 Magitech mine. A bleeding prototype explosive, what was bitten from an imperial transport vessel. Even though it ain't that big, maybe the size of a small cargo box, they say the blast did have enough kick to incinerate a bloody behemoth. Seems the Garleans meant to start producing at their factory in Lanasia, then distribute the mines through Castrum Marianum. Lucky, some plucky privateer cloyed the prototype and wrote, then, an experimental weapon. That explains why the Thalaccracy was so bleeding eager to bid at that auction. So reluctant to share, and so reluctant to share the details with us. At least now we know the what, but there's still a question of the where. Curs delivered their bitten goods to the reformists, that much is certain. What happened to the sarcophagus after that, though, we ain't so sure. There have been no reports of huge explosions or the like, so either the executioners still have the mine, or they've peddled it to some other buyer. The reformist faction came together their shared hatred for the Admiral and her ways. I'm guessing they didn't cloy that bomb just to sell it. What is it, Lonnie? A letter for ye, Jack. Says it's urgent. A letter? Who's it from? The old man. I found it while I was sorting through our daily deliveries. Let's see now. Come to Thelos, I have urgent news. I've never known the old man to summon a customer. No one's seen him at his usual haunts for a while. So do ye reckon there's some rum morsel he's dug up for us? Aye, it could be. Arntel, you and me are added to Thelos. Underfoot, Vekebe, you're to take another stab at pinning down the location of the sarcophagus. You and Mila head to Thalos and see what the old man wants. I hope it's good news, but me gut is telling me otherwise. Alright then, Colt, not neglecting your trick attack, are ye? Click a call from an angle where you don't see it coming, and you can save yourself a longer scrap. Aye, it's a dirty move, but a cov don't concern himself with fair when he's aiming to get a job done. Ooh, I still haven't seen what down here looks like after the update. Nifty. Cool. Neat, even. The stone looks better. Nice. Never you mind the sound of Tic Tacs. No, Mans is dead. Rip Mans. F. Feels bad, man. You're wasting your time, darling. We opened that Scrag's wrinkled throat bells ago. Ye cross the bloody executioners and ye get what's coming to ye. Did you like our message? We wasn't sure ye'd fall for it, but a little mystery goes a long way, eh? Aw, now don't be like that, darling. Me and me mates didn't have much choice. When the boss says go play with the rogues, we gotta go play with the rogues. After all, we never asked ye to come ruin our game now, did we? And don't give me no long-winded speech about your precious code. The performance visions stretches far beyond what them tired old rules is good for. Once Captain Einsbeard takes command over the executioners, you'll give us back the teeth we lost when we submitted to the Admiral's leash. We'll be the terrors of the sea once more, free to rove and plunder in a new age of pirate glory. And I'll bathe in blood to see that age come to pass. I'll kick down your stinking code and have at your sneaky heads on the chopping block. Like hells you will. The only sentence what's been passed today is yours. Hello there, darling. Ain't she a fine-looking lad? I've heard all this prattle afore. Freed to pillage and plunder, is it? Aye, it all sounds grand, but ye don't think of the price. That shite stinking code is the only thing what keeps you bloody covs from milling one another. Without it, without limbs of Lomenza to call home, ye'd be adrift in an ocean o' Querons. But if you're so keen to keep company with the dead, I'll be sodden happy to oblige. You was prettier with your gob shut, but I can see I'm out of me depth here. As much as I'd like to lop off your noggins, I allowed to be satisfied with dragging the two of ye out into the wilds. Kept ye well out of the way, haven't I? Out with it then. Ain't it obvious you stubborn scrags is looking to swipe our new toy, and me job was to stall ye. The captain as the mind with him right now. He set it to show the rest of the executioners that he's the stones to sit in the new leader's chair. And what better way to do that than executing the bitch what snapped the chains on our crew? He's targeting the admiral herself. You're planning to blow up the command room, ain't she? Aye, and you have me permission to panic. Of course, if you'd rather steer clear of the city, I'd be glad to keep ye company right here, sweetmeat. Think ye can stop Captain Einsbeer? If ye sprout yourself some wings, then ye might still make it. We've got this mad mort at our mercy, but she seems to be enjoying herself. I better drag her back to the guild and see what other information she'll spill. I'll need you back in Limsa as well. But ye've business at the foremast first. Ye should find Captain Milella at her post there. Forget about the sodden challenge, and tell her everything we know. Unless me judgment's well off kilter, she'll do what needs to be done. Oh, you're one of Jack's rogues. You've come to steal the sorrows, have you? Well, you shan't have them. As you can see, they're safely clasped upon my very own. You're not here for the earrings. The Admiral, you say, and you are sure of you are sure these fiends are in possession of the sarcophagus. I must deploy more sentries at once. Do not think this voids our challenge, rogue, and you can relay as much to your impudent guildmaster. I suppose you can thank him for the warning as well. Hey, here's some information that, like, you literally never would have received ever without this, like, specific underworld contact. Fucking... Ye looking to head inside? I read the fucking gate guard. No shit. Scammed, I say. So the jackets are on the move, Benny. I've been listening to the adult pirate cackle since I got her back to the sisters, but she's given us not what we didn't already know. And we know more than enough. I say we rally the rogues and go after that mine before it blows up in our muns. I would have been right. If the leader, the reformists, this Captain Ironspear is planning on milling the Admiral with a bang, then my guess is he'll be aiming to demolish the entire command room. Ye know the mizzenmast, the tower what holds the drowning wench and bulwark hall, the Admiral's bridge and her command room are right at the top of it. Then you've got the distinct what surrounds the mizzenmast. That's the busy beaten heart of the city. Even with the threat of an attack, you can't just seal it up in the blink of an eye and call the whole thing Bob. Try to explain the danger to the calls what live and work there, and indeed have a frightened stampeding mob on your fambles. Nay, lad, our only option is to have eyes snilching every approach to the tower. I'll put the wit out to as many covs as I can and spread them through the streets. Your job will be to cover the aft castle. Just wait and see, Arentel. We'll get this Ironspear and his little bomb too. Take up a vantage point at the aft castle. One of us will spot Ironspear, and then he'll learn what it means to defy the code. Ye all right then, Colt. Ye seems set to fly to pieces, but it's times like this that ye most need to calm your mind and keep your glazes peeled for the small stuff. Ooh, sync to 34. Ooh, that's a fun sound. We're on a roll. Can you imagine what this scene would be like with like Dawn Trail level population density? The fog picked a grand night to roll in thick. This'll make things interesting. Our presence on the streets is far too thin. Where are the reinforcements I ordered? My apologies, Captain. There just aren't any more soldiers to spare. The bulk of our forces has already been assigned to guard not only the Admiral, but a number of other high-ranking personnel as well. Unacceptable. What could Commander Raynor be thinking? There are dangerous criminals stalking the city as we speak. Call in squads from the outposts if you must, but I want to see our security tightened and the populace properly protected. But Captain, we can't be certain the pirates' plan hasn't changed. If we consider the possibility that they've switched to a target outside the walls, it would be folly to weaken those defenses. You've made your point, Sergeant. Return to your post. Once all is lost, it's far too late to question what one should have done. You seem troubled, sir. Perhaps I could be of assistance. I've been dying to meet you, lass. I keen to set eyes on the bold yellow belly, what cost our crew a fortune in Uldan coin. You're an executioner. One of a Seabeer's men. I've been saying it wrong. I'm still probably saying it wrong. You've strayed too far into a world ye don't understand, lass. Your eyes is fixed on the light of justice, leaving ye blind to the chasm opening up at your feet. At least they'll say ye died with your boots on. The yellow belly won't be bothering us no more, Captain. As for the mine, the lads will have it primed and in front of the wench by the time ye get there. Good. Not long now afore we drag that bitch admiral and her pretty tower and all her simpering curs down to the bottom of the sea. Then I'll raise our flag on the ruins of the mizzenmast and lead our brethren in a return to the old ways of blood and plunder. Now's the perfect time to steal the earrings. She's out cold. Should not have had that last bottle. Bottles, the wife's gonna kill me. Poor guy, yeah? What's that then? Not after the command room. They mean to bring down the entire tower. If the mizzenmast falls, the bridges will follow. Half the city will. But please, you must help me. The danger far greater than we. Bloody hells! It's alive! No! I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing. Please, you must send word. Someone must be told. How did you? Your valiant and forthright weapon. Ye could hear the single pistol shot from miles away. Wasn't hard to guess what happened. I poked the yellow jackets on my way over. A healer will be along shortly. Benny, that means we've one last thing to do. We have never been allies, but I beg of you. You must stop them. Save the city. Ah, lass, ye Ye know ye don't need to ask. Taking down mad cows and biting back what was bitten is our job. Including the earrings. Let's go! You all set then? Ready, Jack. Always. Then let's go cloy that sarcophagus and fit Asabir for a new coffin. Can aim to pronounce it differently every time. What? No, oh, 38. Shit. Wait. No, I can't. Does it want me to just pick up this book in? Okay, I think it wanted me to ignore the mobs and just run for it. Unfortunately, that's not an option at this moment. Alright, there we go. Let's roll. What the fuck you mean? I don't have AoE attacks! You motherfuckers refuse to give it to me! Who's fucking healing? It's you fucking bitch. Perish. Stop. Oh, look, a bomb. There's one. Another one's gonna be down here. I can feel it in my bones. Fucking called it. It's, what do you mean it's not down here? Oh, I walked out. Yeah, fair enough. home gang. Home gang. No, stop. Fucking rude. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Really? Where'd the sound go? What the fuck? Oh, dude. You know what? We're going the full mile. Full-blown games journalist mode. I unironically can probably kill this guy before the 3 minutes are up, and still beat all of the other detonators at this point. It literally, he's below half, and I haven't even been given the autonomy. There it is. Alright, there we go. See ya, bitch. I've always hated how you can't just drop down that. There's a good number of spots throughout, honestly, I think the entire game, if I'm being honest, where I'm like, why can't you just jump? They have gotten better about it, though. It doesn't happen very often anymore, but like, especially in like AR and Heavensward maps, it's fucking everywhere. Like, why can't I jump this? I have, in fact, likely bitched about it during my MSQ streams, at least a few times. Wahoo, we did it! On hard mode, too. Extra hard, even. True gamer. Status report. The mine has been disabled and the engineers should soon have it safely removed. Our soldiers sustained some injuries in the battle with the reformists, but none were fatal. Also, the Admiral sends her sincerest gratitude. Look, there she is. That's Captain Milala, the hero of Limsa Lomensa. Are you recovered from your wound, Captain? We heard how you very nearly lost your life stopping that horde of pirates from blowing up the mizzenmast. 3 cheers for the Yellow Jackets. Our city to be lost without ye. But wait, that's not how it... Sergeant, what of the rogues? Did they survive the battle? I don't rightly know, Captain. All we found near the sarcophagus were reformists, either dead or strung from the rafters. Alive, then. 'Twould seem we are deeply in their debt. Captain, might I have these silver sorrows from you now? We've been ordered to hand them over to the Commodore, along with the black sarcophagus. Why, of course, they're right here. Lol. The earrings! I could have sworn I was still... He wouldn't have. He stole them from me while I lie dying. That cad, I knew he was not to be trusted. Keep an eye on them, indeed. I should have known. Are you sure about this, Jack? We could have cloyed these sarcophagus as well. I think she's earned it, don't you? If it bothers ye that much, think of it as a trade. If ye ask me, they look a bit daft. Well, I didn't ask ye. So the jackets ended up with the mine, and we got the diamond and the earrings, which means victory belongs to the Rogues Guild. Don't you think? Do you think Milala will leave it at that? Then I get the feeling we ain't done with her. I'd say we're done with her challenge, but ye never know when our paths will cross again. We'll just have to see what Limzo's underbelly spits up next. Aye, the city ain't ever quiet for long. Well, it's been a pleasure working with you, Arentel. If I ever need a trusty pair of stabbers by my side, I'll know who to ask. I'm off as well, but bloody starving I am. Don't forget to yoffle a bite when ye can, Arentel. I'll have you know, my bag is full of quiche. So much quiche. We'd best head back to the sisters too, before the shrew decides she'd rather hear us cry cockles. Benny work, Arentel. Be seeing ye soon. And then Arentel proceeded to stand for the next 6 hours, staring off into space, waiting for day. Probably more than 6 hours, actually. I don't know. Maybe only 6 hours, actually. Oh there, Arentel. It'll be nice to finally have a bit of rest now. The job never ends, but even a dimber-damber like myself needs to breathe every now and again. And your venturing mates must be wondering where you've got to. That was a proper long assignment, but I'm glad he decided to see it through. You've proven to be a stalwart protector of the code, even if this ain't truly your world. When ye walk back into the Lightlands, ye'll have to find your own code to uphold. And when ye do, you'll have the skills ye learned in the shadows to help ye defend. Well, that's more than enough prattle out of me. Your travels might take ye far and wide, Arntel, but no, you're always welcome here at the Sisters. We've done it. We've gotten through Rogue. Oh, I cannot believe how long that quest is. Mind you, a not insubstantial part of that length is just me fucking struggling over words. Where the fuck is it? Again, plus. DPS, Roge. Oh yeah, there's the ARR ninja. Man, it's only been an hour 40, but I'm tired as shit. Can you fucking imagine if Rogue ends up being 4 VODs, more VODs than Dark Knight got? Oh. Streams here. No, regardless, I am tired. So I'm gonna end here. Title be damned. I'll fix it for the VOD. I still quite enjoy it. Decent story, entertaining. Ninja's okay. We'll get to Ninja. So next time I stream, I'll be going through, let's be entirely realistic. Perfectly realistic. Probably at most. I'll be getting through the ARR ninja quests and maybe the Heavensward ninja quests. We'll see. But that will not be tomorrow. I can pretty much guarantee you I will not stream tomorrow. I might surprise myself. I highly doubt it. But we'll see. So next stream we'll be going through a decent chunk of Ninja. Then after that, finishing Ninja, obviously, yada yada. But with all that said, I would like to thank anyone for stopping by who did. I really appreciate anyone who gives me the time of day. And until I stream again, have a good one all.